What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the SOOP Duel series. It's time for JyJ versus Sacsri. Been looking forward to this one, guys, as Sacsri is one of my favorite players, and JyJ is a hell of a TVZ monster. This guy he cracks open Zerg players like nobody's business. Gonna be a very good test for Sacsri and how he's actually doing in the modern era. Neither of these players is in the ASL right now. I think both got eliminated. Definitely JyJ didn't make it through the qualifiers. I think Sacsri same way. I didn't see him in the first stage, so both players getting eliminated in the qualifiers. They're kind of at a similar level here, perhaps. Although some people were predicting that JyJ was going to kind of dominate in this series. So we'll see if that ends up happening. Sacsri are going to pull 2 drones. He's expecting some sort of a little bunker rush. He didn't send the Overlord over to JyJ's natural. And so he's not going to be able to see this command center coming down. And he's going to have to respond a little bit more to what's going on right now. This Marine pushing up is frightening him here. Doesn't want to take any early damage. Sacsri is not the greatest when it comes to... Ooh, okay. Marine gonna push that away. Sacsri not the greatest when it comes to these early game defenses. Struggles a little bit with holding everything off, that's for sure. But once he gets into the late game, he is an absolute monster. Can stand toe-to-toe with the best of them when it comes to late game macro and decision making. He is certainly one of the best in the business at just hammering out units in that Sauron Zerg-esque style. We'll see if he can make it there unmolested, or if JyJ can get in there and touch his economy, remove some of that critical infrastructure so that Sacsri can never grow into his final form. Now pushing out with some naked Marines. This is all being tracked by Sacsri with the receding vision of those lings. Drones have been made, and unless he has a bunch of lings about to pop out, he may be in trouble. 4 lings right now. He can wait for another couple moments here before the final time to engage. Here he comes. Oh, target fire onto one of the drones, but he actually loses the attack on those drones. Can he target down any drones while these lings come in? Oh gosh, a little bit of miss micro there from Sacsri. He's losing a lot now. Cannot be losing all of these lings, man. Drones are going to come forward here. They are stacked, trying to get on top of these Marines. He actually uses a mineral click over in that top left. Gonna lose 3 drones, 4 drones there. I think it was 3. 3 in total is pretty painful, and you can imagine Sacsri probably building a lot of lings behind that. So JyJ does get in and touch that vulnerable underside, the underbelly here of the Zerg player. He's ran all the way around this SCV. That's big. He could actually get in here and kill a lot of Marines. Let's see if he can get the full surround. Oh, I think he is going to get a pretty good surround here, getting on top of a lot of these Marines. Can he actually get many kills, though? Not as many as I expected. Those lings not getting as good of a surround with the Marines right up against that wall. JyJ kind of pre-preparing for that. He's built a lot more lings too. Sacsri sacrificing a lot of economy here in order to get all these lings out. If they don't do the job that they're meant to. Oh, he catches the Marines on the right-hand side. Such a good move there by Sacsri. Oh, that was so sick. Oh, that was so good by him. Baiting the Marines over to that left-hand side and coming in out from the fog of war. Getting right in behind those Marines and killing them all off before they could jump in the bunker. Really well played by Sacsri. Gets a little bit more damage, but was it enough? 20 drones have been made. You need a little bit more than this to have a real reasonable economy as the Zerg player. He's got just that bare 20 drones. And in fact, has to make a couple sunken colonies now as well. Looks like he's going to cancel one, realizing that JyJ doesn't have that much. He's done quite a bit of damage. See, there's hardly any Marines here. Just 2 medics. What is this, 5 Marines? You're not going to break a sunken with a bunch of Lings. With only that small group of units. You could see Firebat, Marines heading out on the map. Making some space for this SCV. That's going to go and check top right. Possibly top left. Sacsri now has a Mutalisk on the field. He's got that one safety sunken. He doesn't have to worry about, you know, a couple of naked Marines making their way into the natural while he's doing this initial damage. 5 Mutas coming across here. We've got the factory finish, so that must have been a 6-minute factory. Very quick factory here for JyJ, so he's going to start this transition early. Not that much damage so far, just a couple of SCV kills. Right as those turrets were finishing up, one of these Mutalisks actually almost died. Now up to 8 Mutas. Can start to one-shot these SCVs. Damage will begin to stack. With greater than 7 Mutalisks able to get in there, one-shotting 2 or 3 additional SCVs. As long as he gets 5 or 6, he should be absolutely fine. Comfortable going into the next stage of the game. And he's getting a little bit more than that, actually. So the lack of overall Marines after the initial Ling stabs and attacks, plus the very quick factories, means he doesn't really have enough to push out and threaten Sacsri, and he isn't really able to get in here to block these Mutas from doing damage. What he's relying on is that this quicker factory will give him a faster transition. He can pop out a few Valkyries or perhaps go directly into a Vessel and deal with the Mutalisk that way. Looks like it will be Vessels. And he's going to get that Irradiate upgrade here as soon as possible while trying to defend with these Marines. Now, looks like JyJ has spotted the expansion from Sacsri going up there over in the top left. He's going to hide a Firebat, I believe, up on high ground. Yes, and so we'll wait for Sacsri to eventually transition some drones over to that base. Maybe he can get a really great kill on that mineral line. If Sacsri's not paying attention, that could come to pass. Marines are starting to move out. This number has grown now. Getting a bit more damage here on the mineral line just off screen. But not too much. 41 SCVs have still been retained. Sacsri sitting here on 30 workers. He's managed to get quite a few out, but he hasn't saturated that base over in top left yet. In fact, he's sending drones there now. This could be JyJ's opportunity with that Firebat. That Firebat gets in and kills off these initial few drones. It's really going to slow things down for Sacsri. He needs that third gas online as soon as possible. No, it's Lurkers that were sent up here. Or, sorry, Hydras. They're now going to be transferred into Lurker. Firebat reveals itself. And so Sacsri will probably just use this first drone to build a geyser. Get that geyser going. Here comes Marines charging across the map. They really want to get up here before any sort of nidus can be set up. If he gets 2 irradiates, down on 2 of these Lurkers, he can certainly break this. Oh, he doesn't have a radiate yet. It's kind of a long way off, actually. And so maybe Sacsri can actually hold on for the time being. How far along is he with the hive? I think he's got it probably about halfway complete. Still going to be a little while. Oh, D-Matrix. Okay, okay. Oh, he's stacking. He's stacking. In the middle of stacking, JyJ going to run up here with the D-Matrix Marine and just crush this base. Uh-oh. That's not good. Sacsri just about lost everything here. He has another Lurker popping out. And more Lurkers coming up from behind. Can he actually get this? Oh my god, sacrificing a lot there in order to get that kill. Lurkers coming up. They're actually going to clear a lot of these Marines, and more Lurkers did pop out. Can he burrow these? Oh my gosh. Not burrowing that for a long time is really painful. One more shot? No, not able to get it off. Dude, if Sacsri had burrowed those initially, maybe he could have held this. Wait a second, more lurkers come up, but he's just gonna back up and start to target down this this hatchery. Can he actually save it? Oh my gosh, I think he saves it. With every Mutalisk going down, he actually saves it at the 11th hour here, and Nidus Canal will be able to start. That's huge, guys, but JyJ hasn't been slowed down at all. You know, he's still pumping masses of units, and Sacsri just doesn't have much right now. 72 overall supply. And his rallies are going down into the natural. I'm a little bit worried for him that he won't have time to hop through this Nidus and save things. 4 lurkers in the stack. Pretty decent. It'll be hard to break through that, but with it, without a sunken colony, it's possible. It's possible he can make that happen. Nice try with the... Oh gosh, he's gonna go for it. Can he actually get it? Nice target fire there from Sacsri. He's gonna hit a lot of this stuff. A lot of lings and lurkers popping through this Nidus. He will hold for the time being. Still, very hard position here for Sacsri. Is getting pressured more and more. It was a nice move to try. Sacrifice that one Mutalisk with 2 Scourge to get a vessel, but it didn't work. And the vessel count is getting a little bit crazy. Looks like Sacsri's starting to build into a Hydralisk Defiler game state. It looks like that's the way he's going anyway. No armor upgrade just yet. Scourge are still getting shot down out of the sky as they try to get their connections. And the level of Irradiate is starting to get really scary. He has taken some very important measures, though. Sunken colonies there in the front. And the stack of Overlords underneath. Or a stack of Lurkers underneath the Overlord is making this a little bit more difficult. Does take a lot of APM to actually get that done, though. So it is taking him longer to get these stacks set up. Taking away a little bit from his macro. He's now at 44 workers, so really getting that footing underneath them that was denied earlier. Going for this 4th base now. Sacsri is getting into that late game that he desires, that we want to see, but JyJ also looking quite strong. He's put on a lot of pressure. He's threatened the kill on that base several times, and in the meanwhile, added on extra CCs. He's even going to potentially throw a CC up in top right. All these barracks have been added as well, and he's pumping up that supply like crazy. In fact, 70 supply ahead. It's not crazy far ahead. I really want to see Sacsri get Burrow right now, by the way. Burrow is very important when you get into a situation like this. Oh, he gets a vessel. That was a rare mistake by JyJ, not pulling that vessel all the way back. But yes, you need to get that Burrow upgrade. Big Plague? Ooh, Big Plague. Huge, huge, huge Plague. Can he actually kill this drop before he gets in? Oh, the drop. Can he actually get it? Shoot the drop. Shoot the drop. He didn't shoot the drop. Okay, he did shoot the drop there at the end. And no medics came through with this, so... with both drops gone and no medics, I think he's going to be fine. Hydra just need to run forward and start to gun these down. Hydra, go, 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 go. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Go, 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 go. 3. He gets another one. Big kills there on those vessels. Sacsri doing very well. With that trade, JyJ getting almost nothing done. And now Sacsri's going to easily take this base and start to really power up into the late now. With a Spore at the front, JyJ cannot push in here easily and start to irradiate everything. We'll be sacrificing vessels and health on vessels to do so. So he's been forced back quite a bit. Only 3 vessels in this army. This is not looking nearly as scary now. I'm starting to feel pretty good about Sacsri's position. That Plague was awesome. And the follow-up with Hydras And Lurkers was great too. He's barely getting everything online as the battlecruisers start to come out. This is where you really need that 4th gas. If he didn't have the 4th gas, I would be wary of Sacsri's position here, but I think he's going to be okay. Gonna lose a couple of overlords here. Super annoying to lose these right now, but he's added spores over at this natural, and he can start to afford some extra Scourge to actually deal with this. He's gonna start to push out here now. Hydras and... Okay, Hydras are gonna fight with Marines. That's fine. Looks like Lings are finally gonna come out and clear this. And I will force all of this stuff back. Just 3 vessels here once again. Switching into battle cruisers with only 3 vessels left is pretty rough. Looks like he's gonna get some irradiates here on these units. Can he get the Defiler? Yes, he does get the Defiler. Very important unit there. The Defiler goes down. Is he gonna go for an eraser trick here? It's kind of looking like that's what he wants to do. Sacsri really needs to get some Scourge out and get rid of these. Plague on that. Pretty good stuff. As I've been making a whole lot of Scourge, and even these battlecruisers just kind of sitting back. Looks like he's probably waiting for Yamato. Another great Plague there, shoving back this army. JyJ is big, but he's not unbeatable. At least not yet. Once these tank numbers start to really explode, it may become more and more difficult for Sacsri to really do anything. He's focused on getting a 5th gas out, as he should. But meanwhile, JyJ sitting here on the high ground top right, building masses of tanks. He's got 3-2. His army's looking very strong. These Hydras gonna be pushed back for the time being. Dark Swarm does come down. It looks like he will hold onto that 5th base for now, but this is a dangerous moment here. JyJ trying to wrap around this. If he shuts down this 5th base, it'll be even bases between these two for even longer. Looks like he's gonna get around to that left-hand side, but a few Hydras are gonna do the cleanup duty. Get rid of these last couple of Marines. And he still does have a bunch of Lurkers under that Dark Swarm. Not enough Irradiate to chew through this anymore. JyJ threw all of those vessels away earlier, and now he can't really do it. Okay, wait. Another round of 4 vessels was made. He halts production of battle cruisers, realizing that this is a mostly Hydraless Defiler army. D-Matrix here is pretty nasty. Gonna make a lot of these into Lurkers while burrowing the rest. Pushing forward now with a bunch of Lings and Lurkers. Can he actually save this base? Gonna try and crack in here. JyJ really wants to shut down this 5th gas. There's not another gas that's been taken by Sacsri. Just a Dark Swarm and a couple Lurkers. Not gonna be enough. He will shut down this base, and he maintains the status quo. 4 base to 4 base, while adding on yet another to his arsenal. Another base is coming up over in that top right. Just gonna fly by this? No, okay, he right-clicked this over here, and now he's gonna go onto the Spore Colony. Good reaction here from Sacsri, bringing down some Hydras to help this out. Scourge coming in as well. Looks like these battle cruisers will be taken care of. Just barely, though. Just barely gonna take care of that. Sacsri falling apart a little bit, as he's trying to deal with a lot of different stuff at the same time. A lot of craziness going on this map. He needs to restart that 5th base. Maybe even double expand at this point might be a good idea. He's got that full macro mode we were talking about earlier online finally. Drop up here in the top left, though. Oh, these Lurkers are going to go down. Great spread of Marines in this drop. All the drones die as well. So dropping them down to just 36. Dude, Sacsri is going to be busy remaking a ton of drones, while JyJ just continues to get further and further ahead. This is looking pretty bad now. Sacsri having a real hard time in this game state. It's like this one Ling. Oh, he doesn't have... Wait, he doesn't have Adrenal? Oh gosh, that's a huge mistake. Look at the Ling attacking so slowly. He definitely doesn't have Adrenal Gland. That is a huge error out of Sacsri. And JyJ is really going to start pushing in here now with the tanks. He's built up that massive tank count that I was talking about earlier. And he's making the position almost impossible to beat just on 77 supply. We're now past the 21-minute mark. Natural and main are run out of gas. But gas isn't even the real problem at the moment. It's the fact that this drone count has been reduced so much. Well, getting on top of this is cool, but imagine if he had Ling attack speed. That would be fantastic. He's got the 2-2, but no adrenal is just such a weird error to make. Really should have that. Looks like he's going to go ahead and plague some of these tanks. He gets on top of a lot of them, but doesn't quite save this base. That base is most likely going to end up going down. Scourge here, not able to connect as well. Very rough. Kind of splitting up those Scourge and not really dealing any real damage. Tanks being pushed up here towards the top left as well. This drop coming in should be the final blow. Sacsri just cannot maintain production after losing this many drones. GG is called, and JyJ takes game number 1. Here he is, JyJ, top right, excuse me, bottom right. Sacsri over here in the top left. My brain a little bit fried. Doing a lot of casting lately. Sacsri may likewise be feeling a bit burned out after that first game. He was just dealing with fires everywhere. Sometimes Broodwar, it's kind of like handling a natural disaster where everything is falling apart and you're just trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep yourself alive. Hard to even think about actually beating your opponent when everything is crumbling around you. And that might be how Sacsri was feeling in that last game, but he needs to keep his head on straight. Look for the victory condition if he wants to take any games off of JyJ. He may have to mix things up, get a little aggressive. Try to put JyJ on the back foot rather than himself on the back foot going into a late game. If he can get an advantage going into the late game, there may be opportunities to overwhelm, to consume the Terran armies. Get in there on top of that production. Let's see what Sacsri can do. We know what JyJ is capable of, that's for sure. An absolute monstrous SK Terran style. And here on Vermeer. We may be in for a really long game. I missed this map, man. This is a great map. Had a lot of enjoyable games on this map. It is so big, so many different bases around. Ringing this map. You can get in some ridiculous macro late games. A lot of fun to be had here, and I think that Sacsri is going to be happy seeing JyJ is all the way down here in bottom right, cross map. That gives him a lot of leeway with this 12 hatch. JyJ, second time in a row not building a wall in. Maybe just messing with this, feeling like he's good enough to not need that wall in, or maybe the risks outweigh the benefits in a series like this. You know, I'm just thinking about it from a long series perspective. Maybe it's better if you want to go for example, a CC first at some point. Maybe what you do is you show barracks on high ground every game, and that convinces the Zerg player that they're just never going to be able to, you know, Ling rush you. You're always going to have your barracks on high ground. You can just pull SCVs to the ramp, and so like 9 pool speed does nothing, right? Or any sort of 9 pool build, or even an earlier pool, is just not going to kill you outright because you're not going to be, you know, stuck defending your wall. Maybe not having SCVs in time. And so Sacsri just discounts that as a build. The Zerg player thinks that I'm just not going to get early damage with Lings if he's just going to do this build every game. And then you throw out the CC first and get a really nice advantage, safely knowing that your opponent's not going to go for an early pool. Maybe there's a bit of a mind game there. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. Looks like JyJ wants to, off of this 1-Rax FE, go into an early eBay timing. Early eBay to get that +1 online. We've seen some players go for +1 armor recently. It helps the Marines survive a bit longer, reducing that glaive damage. It also helps the SCVs survive a little bit longer too. So there is something to be said about that early +1 armor. But most players, just the tried and true +1 attack has been the standard for so long. I like this position from JyJ. Look at that. Barracks down there in the natural now. Just really clogging up this area, making it very hard for Lings to really do much of anything. Looks like he's going to get a couple of medics here. It's 5-minute mark, and so he might do a fake move out just to try and convince Sacsri that he's gone for Academy Rush. But without an SCV on the map, pretty hard to see whether Sacsri is still building Lings. And so it looks like he won't do that. He's just going to sit back, wait for his scanners, get a scan off, and see exactly what Sacsri is up to. And at that point, he will be able to decide whether it's okay to move out at this point or not. He scans, he sees the main base and all of the eggs morphing, the spire there. He knows exactly what he's up against. Still not really ready to move out. He doesn't have +1 done yet, and probably stim is just on the way. Maybe range as well, or range going to be here, started here soon. He might have stim done just now at the 6-minute mark. Here comes those mutas. Getting turrets on the high ground will be very important. He's got one up there. Plenty of turrets around his natural and main, but that high ground is a very important location. Got to get that online as soon as possible. These Mutalisks coming into the main base don't have many targets, but they're going to start to pick off some Marines as they pop out of these barracks. Third base is done, and starting to mine now. Sacsri takes the closest base to himself. Well, not quite the closest base. I guess the other base, just over there to the east of his main. The right side of his main base may be a little tiny bit closer, but you get what I'm saying. He's not taking another main or another natural. Going into this 3-base style. We may be in for a Hydralist Defiler game once again. Armor coming up for Sacsri, interestingly. He's going to be taking that now. Queen's Nest, Hydralist Den. It's been scanned. It's been scouted. JyJ did go for +1 attack. So here comes the engagement. Just forcing out the stims for now. Sacsri building up into his next stage of this game. Hive is being morphed back at home. Waiting on that +1 upgrade before truly engaging with this army. Playing a good game of keep away so far. A lot of stims have been forced. And a medic gets killed too. That's pretty good. You know, he's forcing out a lot of energy here. And so these medics will not be fully active during these upcoming fights. Might find a way to actually overwhelm this Bioforce and kill it off. A reinforcement wave here from JyJ just below this. Lings coming out as well. This is a lot of production we're seeing out of Sacsri with 4 hatches already. And that full 34 drone economy. He can make a lot of units. Banking up some gas here. That's going to be very helpful for the transition. Trying to pick off a few units. He really hasn't reduced this bioforce much, but he has brought together a large amount of Lings ready to actually fight this. Taking a big trade with these mutas. He's actually lost quite a few. 3 mutas went down in that, but he's really keyed in to actually wiping out this force now. He wants to reduce this as much as possible and then bring the Lings in from the side. Let's see if he can get it done. Getting a few kills here and there. Slowing this down. Picking away at the front of this group. This is some pretty good micro from Sacsri. JyJ really being a little bit too eager to get across the map. He is going to get completely wiped out. Beautiful cleanup here on the side of Sacsri, and he can keep going. Just run it right down. The Lings are going to come on top of this secondary wave. That reinforcement train of JyJ absolutely wiped off the face of the earth, and 11 mutas still stand. This is going to be a really powerful transition. This is what I was talking about earlier, guys. Sacsri going from a point of strength into his transition and late game. He's going to bring lurkers even up here to the front and going for a greater spire as well. Uh-oh, this is a really dangerous moment here for JyJ. Once these lurkers are right in the front, it's just about game over. GG, wow. Wow. Sacsri just absolutely annihilates JyJ here, flipping this series on its head. Our next game is going to be on Polypoid, guys. JyJ. I stuttered there for a moment because he's going to throw down an 8 racks. Wants to get aggressive here against Sacsri, who's shown 12 hatchery pretty much every game. And he's not cross map. He has a pretty good route directly to the Zerg base. This could get spicy. We'll see how Sacsri's drone defense handles this. Wait, he puts down a overpool. Oh my goodness. JyJ's been showing over and over again barracks on high ground to try and mind game Sacsri. But Sacsri throws down a pool here. He knows the tendencies of JyJ after losing that game. Maybe a little bit tilted. Might try to go for an aggressive play. So he just gets this pool right away. You're going to make 4 Lings. He's going to make 4 Lings and shut down this bunker instantly. Yeah, there's the hatchery starting up. JyJ going to find this, and he's not going to be happy about what he sees. Maybe he can still get some damage done if he plays it out proper. You know that Sacsri doesn't quite yet know what's coming here. So he probably won't make 6 Lings. I imagine it'll just be the initial 4. And since Sacsri hasn't seen the 8 racks coming, he could be still a little caught off guard. Let's see, JyJ just banking up Marines right now. He's going to have about 3, 4, only 2 Lings? No, 4 Lings were made. 4 Lings were made, and they're going to start to go across this map. Once he sees this, I'm glad that he's actually sending these out. He's going to find the Marines. As long as he doesn't lose any of these Lings, he's going to be okay. Okay, there it is. He sees it. Okay, I'm back away now. Knowing what's coming here, he knows how many Marines there should be at a point like this, and that this must be an 8 racks. There we go. Going to jump on top. 4 Marines, though. Oh, boy. He loses 2 Lings, and he doesn't get any kills. That's bad. He can make quite a few Lings back at home, but how many drones did he make? If he made too many drones, he might not have the larva. Oh, this drone going way back here. He's just going to target that down. He really should have sent that to the main. I think he was planning to maybe make a sunken colony here. But with that drone being as low as it was, not going to be a possibility. Sacsri has kind of messed this up, guys. He's made some mistakes here, and he might not be forgiven. It really does seem like JyJ just going to put the herd onto him as sunken colony begins. But there's 2 bunkers here, and I don't know if that sunken colony can hit the secondary bunker. That secondary bunker might be just out of range. Lings are starting to pile up. He might go with this next set of Lings that pops out. Here we go. He's going to dive forward, jumping on top of this. He's going to go after the sunken colony. Can he get it? He gets the sunken with just one hit from that SCV. That's so painful. But it looks like he will clear out this bunker. Yes, he will clear up the bunker and all the Marines. The Ling's going to make short work of that. Sacsri holds. Oh, but it was so close. He lost 2 drones during that as well. One to the first Marines and one to the sunken colony that he was forced to make. He's also continued to mine gas, so he doesn't really have money to build out his drones. May have a good follow-up here coming with this Spire, but look, he just doesn't have the money to actually throw down the Spire right now. He built even more Lings behind this. Oh no. He didn't believe in himself, guys. He thought that he was not going to be able to clear that bunker, and so he made another 8 Lings in preparation to finish that off and kill those last Marines. If he had made all drones, and this is another, 4 drones, mining in his natural, he might have a really good follow-up. He might be able to just macro game, play a macro game from here, but 3 drones in the natural, he's going to have an extremely weak Mutalisk all-in, and he won't be able to help with the Lings. There's really no way he can help. This Comsat's going to finish up here soon. The scan will come down. JyJ in a magnificent position. All he needs to do is not mess up. If he just builds turrets and doesn't mess up here, yeah, look at the turrets coming down so quickly. He's going to have these turrets done for sure in time. And there's the scanner. He sees the main. He sees the Spire's not even done, guys. The Spire's not even done. More drones have been added. I think Sacsri realizing that this follow-up's not going to work. This quick Spire is just not going to cut it. I tell you what, if Sacsri had just built drones and believed in himself that he was going to be able to clear that, I think he could have had a really good game state. He's going to be kicking himself for making all of these Lings after the fact. But it is what it is. He will try to follow this up with a powerful Mutalisk attack. I just don't know if it's going to end up working. I don't feel like it stands much of a chance here. More drones being made. Sacsri trying to macro his way out of this somewhat, but also taking a bit of the middle road by adding a bunch of mutas and drones at the same time. He hasn't even spent all of his gas. He really doesn't have a strong attack here. He comes in with just 2 mutas. I think he's just droning heavy behind this. Oh man, this Marine attack's looking scary as well. That's 4 medics. A good group of bio. Has replenished some of these drones and can start to produce full time off of these hatcheries, making mutas and overlords, but this is going to be a real long road to recovery for Sacsri. If he can ever get his feet back under him again, it'll be a very impressive comeback. And so JyJ doing what he should, making sure he's got enough turrets and threatening to push, forcing Sacsri not to be aggressive with these mutas, not to start killing SCVs or anything like that. He goes after a medic, but trades for a muta. Not the greatest trade, that's for sure. Good turnarounds here from JyJ, making some progress out on the map. This is getting scarier and scarier for Sacsri, whose economy is really brutal. He's actually going to switch very quickly into Lurker and maybe do some sort of Hail Mary play against JyJ. I don't know that it can work. I really feel like Sacsri is grasping at straws with this play. It's going to be extremely weak. Not very many Lurkers are going to pop out, and JyJ is so good with his Marine control. Lurkers are very nice. They're very helpful, but a player this caliber will always spread, split, and back up when the Lurkers are burrowing targeting down as many as he can and then just getting out of range so that not many Marines are going to be killed in return. It's so hard to take even an even trade versus Marines with your lurkers. Not to mention a good trade. Gonna come in now towards this natural. One sunken colony here is not gonna cut it. Lings attacking these Marines to the south, and he's not even gonna get into lurkers. These Lings here at the natural are gonna be brought forward. Looks like he might barely clean this, but again, hard to take an even trade from a position like this, not to mention a good one, and he needs an amazing trade to make this comeback. He does clear up the second layer of bio here, which is excellent. And he will make lurkers. So maybe there's more hope in this game than I actually thought from Sacsri. That was a very good engagement. Hitting that with the Lings and Mutas at the same time. JyJ overestimating his position a little bit, but just look at the drone count. 19 to 41. How can you stand against such a robust Terran position? And see just how many Marines he's actually able to make right now. He's got so many being pumped out. It feels like Sacsri needs to just make lurkers and go for the natural. Vessels are going to be coming out here soon, though. JyJ doesn't quite have any just yet. He's actually maybe going to hope for a hold position lurker play to make it possible to overwhelm this position. If he catches all the Marines moving forward, if he catches every Marine coming in and just kills them with 2 lurkers, hold positioned, maybe there's a shot here. Maybe there's a hope. But here comes the lurkers now. They've been revealed. He's going to run right up on top of this, complete surround, kill a lot of these Marines, and now he's going to get here right in front. Okay, he's going to pull the trigger, come forward with these lurkers, try to get straight up in front of this natural. Let's see if he can do it. Looks like he will get 5 lurkers to this front. Irradiate's not done, guys. Irradiate is not done. Here we go. He's going to get right up in front. There's one bunker coming up. Can he actually make this happen? He's getting on top of this bunker. He kills everything in the bunker. A bunker immediately goes down. Now going to dive on top of these vessels. He can't be taking too much damage from these turrets, but he really wants to kill the vessel. That will increase the longevity of these lurkers. Oh, the vessel's not going to go down. It looks like the mutas will all fall to the turrets. He's trying to get up this ramp, but the SCV's continuously blocking him here. JyJ knows he just needs to keep the lurkers off of these all-important barracks, doing a good job of spreading and splitting here, getting some irradiates down on this as well. Gonna push forward, another bunker going down. This is getting intense, guys. He will jump inside that bunker. Does need to pull back here, will be in range of a lot of these bunker, or a lot of these barracks, but not able to fully immerse all of these barracks. Dude, Sacsri is kind of falling apart here. 800 minerals, 500 gas. He's just got 2 hatcheries and nothing to do but make units, and he's still kind of faltering. His heart is beating, his hands are shaking, but he's actually getting in there and dealing some damage. Can he get this lurker into a good enough position to kill a bunch of SCVs? This is all the SCVs, guys. Every single SCV is here, and the lurker is getting so many kills. Oh, the lurker just annihilating those workers. Oh my gosh, 14 workers left. JyJ is about to lose this game. That lurker did so much work. Oh my gosh, he's actually in here. He's doing it, guys. He's doing it. Sacsri gets in on top of JyJ in one of the most incredible comebacks I've seen. Actually managing to pull this man apart. JyJ. Oh, he's going to be so sour about losing this game. He had this in the bag, guys. He had such a massive advantage. But he didn't prepare for this lurker attack properly. You can see the floating factory that never added on a machine shop. And JyJ gonna stabilize sort of here on high ground. Sacsri though, just oh gosh, all right, yeah, get in there. Oh, okay, kind of a cute play. Get that. Oh my gosh, he's gonna keep that alive. That's crazy. Another lurker comes up. Science vessel here at the front. More lurkers on the way. JyJ, I mean, he doesn't really care about this natural right now. He can't even mine on one base. He's on 14 SCVs, guys. 14 SCVs. Sacsri's taking another base over there at the top center. Finally getting something online. There's still a potential for JyJ to win this game. It could happen. It's not outside of the realm of possibility. But it's going to be a very hard slog for JyJ to come back. Manu, thank you for the 100 gems, man. Your support has been overwhelming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some army going to come down this ramp. Oh, gosh. Really, JyJ? We actually going to do this here, buddy? Oh, and he loses a vessel, too. All right, he's just kind of thrown it away here. JyJ taps out. I think he probably could have done better had he built a drop and just gone to the low ground. Like, just elevator some stuff out of this base and try to surround those lurkers, but he tries to run down the ramp. That does not work out in his favor. Too many lurkers there. What an incredible game. Oh my goodness. Here we are now in game number 4. JyJ putting a barracks down here in the middle of the map. Almost said bunker. But it is indeed that barracks. Gonna get hyper aggressive once again. I assume this will be with a gas follow-up. It doesn't really have a wall to fall back to. We're gonna see a teched out play from JyJ. He's capable of doing basically everything that this matchup has to offer. We'll see if Sacsri ends up picking up on it. When you go for a 12 hatch, it's generally a good idea to get the drone scout going as well, but he's foregoing that. He's being a bit greedy right now. I'm going to send this scout out a little bit later. Oh, and he tried to really optimize for that gas, but he missed it. We want to send the drone to take the gas and then get the spawning pool and then have the amount, or, you know, get up to 50 minerals right as the drone makes the gas. And he kind of missed that timing. Now he's out here with this drone. He's trying to force away that SCV to make sure it doesn't make a bunker. He's going to find these Marines now. Ooh, the Marines are there. He sees it. He sees it. And so he'll have to pull at least, I think, 8 drones. JyJ does not have the money for a bunker. No bunker can be made right now because he just started his factory back at home. And so that does give Sacsri a little bit of leeway here. He doesn't have to worry about that bunker coming up. Not as many drones as I thought. He pulls 5. Only 5 drones. This is 3 Marines. It's scary. It's going to go behind this mineral patch as well, possibly. Okay. Bunker will now start. Oh, 1 drone goes down. He hasn't even engaged fully with this yet. Oh, 2 drones. Uh-oh. Gonna bring the lings forwards. Looks like he can actually just kill this now. Gonna target 1 more drone. He gets 3 drones total. 3 drones total is pretty brutal. Sacsri did not need to engage with those drones. He just kind of needed to sit on the outside. Didn't really get anything done except for slowing down the damage on the hatchery. And lost 2 drones from it. You can see his early game defense is just probably his biggest weakness. Is this early game defense. He's going across the map with these lings, but a vulture is about to pop. That vulture should be able to handle all of these lings. So he'll just have 1 ling chase, and the rest go for some SCVs. 1, 2 SCVs so far. How many can he get? 2 so far. Maybe get 3. 3 SCVs. Can he actually get a 3rd? He gets a 3rd. 4 SCVs total. Not bad at all. 4 SCVs is certainly acceptable. And he's bought some time for Sunken Colony to come up at the front. He's seen the follow-up build. It's going to be a Wraith. So he's going to go ahead and hide these Overlords. Pull back the ones that he can't hide and get a Hydralisk Den. Are we going to see a 2-hatch Hydra? Wait, he didn't build a Sunken. He will have Hydras for this. But I would expect a Sunken Colony for sure. Is he going to be able to block this totally with just Hydras? I guess so. JyJ pulls out. Definitely doesn't want to lose these vultures. He should be putting an add-on down, I think, and get mines. With the Hydralisk attack, with no layer Hydra attack, if you just keep building Hydras, you can attack into the Terran player, but it's not very efficient if they have mines. You can just kind of cancel that out. You know that there's no layer, means no overlord speed. He's not doing that just yet. Looks like he wants to save money for Wraiths and possibly Cloak. Let's see what kind of damage JyJ can do here. One Hydra in the main. Good pull by Sacsri, just getting this drone away. Make a sunken, make a creep. Okay, he's gonna go into the gas geyser. Also is fine. These Wraiths are gonna be pushed back. This Wraith gonna run away. Oh, can he get the one vulture? He gets the vulture. He's actually made a lot of Hydras, and Hydra speed is done. Just gonna come across the map here and put on a lot of pressure. There is one bunker, which should be able to hold. Technically, if you just have a bunch of SCVs around that, you should be able to hold onto everything. I'm surprised he doesn't have mines here. He's actually going to go around the back of this army. See if he can get into that natural and deal a bunch of damage. Sacsri, has he sent absolutely everything here? Will he take damage in his natural? It doesn't look like JyJ pulling the trigger on going in just yet. He's actually looking to catch maybe some Hydras popping out. Okay, 2 Hydras back at home is perfect. One vessel is out now. A lot of SCVs have to be pulled to just stand here and wait. This is like 8 SCVs, 10 SCVs just sitting and waiting. That's actually quite the compensation for this attack. Oh, he misclicked. He misclicked. Sacsri, you made a round of drones, but you misclicked them. Sacsri. Okay, there we go. Gonna push in. Looks like JyJ going into the natural, looking for some damage. One Wraith, almost no HP on it. 1 hit left on that. Diving here onto this one bunker. Looks like he will get the one bunker. Was that worth it though, Sacsri? I'm not so sure. He could maybe slip by along the bottom side. Yeah, he's gonna slip by in the bottom. Hydra's gonna take some damage, but they're not dead. Marines pull out and SCVs are gonna surround. Gets a vulture. Can he get some SCVs here too? It takes a lot of hits to kill an SCV. But he does target down some of the low HP ones. Gonna get some Marines as well. Finally, this will be surrounded and killed. He gets some good value, I'd say. But now that the Hydra threat has been eliminated, you can see JyJ puts all of his workers back to mining. And so I feel like potentially this was better just having 10 SCVs not mining rather than killing, you know, 4 SCVs or 3 SCVs, whatever he did. Oh, vultures actually slipped by. Oh no, Sacsri making a big mistake here. This is very good for JyJ. He will block the vulture getting in deeper. It looks like he loses 3 drones total, if I'm counting that correctly. Lurker on the way behind this. You can see that there's a Marine follow-up coming. With those vessels coming out, it's pretty clear what the game plan for JyJ is. As long as Sacsri has enough lurkers to defend this coming up, he should be okay. Let's see if JyJ goes for a drop play as well. Nice catch there on the vulture. Having a lot of Hydras here. Gonna be able to push things back and make it dangerous for JyJ to move out on the map, for at least for now. +1 upgrade is coming, but it's a long way off, and the Spire is going to finish up as well. You can make some Scourge. You can try to gun down those all-important vessels, and he's going to be making some Lurkers here soon, although he is supply blocked, sitting here on 36 supply with 26 drones. His drone count looking very good. Going after one of those vessels. Going to lose a couple of Hydras. He actually reveals the fact that he's done the Lurker upgrade just in order to save one of these Hydras. I'm not sure if that was the right play, but that's what he's going to go for. Lurker right in the face of JyJ. It does save that Hydralisk, but back at home making a bunch more Lurkers behind this. Yeah, this is looking quite good for Sacsri. Still on 1 base economy here. JyJ going to start to push forward now again. Hydra's kind of challenging this, but they will back off. Does not want to lose a bunch of lurkers to the irradiate, so wants to wait for a big engagement. We may end up seeing Sacsri just envelop this army with tons of Hydras, Lings, and lurkers coming up here very soon. Sacsri has a lot of stuff. His overall supply is looking very good. It'll be very tough for JyJ to take a good fight here. He's got excellent Marine medic control. There are Scourge out here, though, as well. This army is getting pretty big. Sacsri has that 3rd base coming up. This Marine medic force is pushing across the map, and oh, can he actually get one of these? Nope, not quite, but he retains the Scourge is the most important thing, because once the engagement actually happens, that's when he may be able to get in here and actually kill some of these vessels. He gets 1 vessel already. Huge kill there. Absolutely huge kill. Can he get another vessel? He does get a 2nd vessel, and now these lurkers can start to push forward. Unfortunately, loses a lurker there to the other lurker being radiated, so losing more lurkers than was necessary. He will just back up for the time being, but his supply is still growing. 60 supply now as JyJ attempts to get his natural online. He's actually getting dangerously close to running out of minerals in that main base, I think. And he's just now getting his natural online. Lurkers here at the front. 2 of them will be irradiated. No Scourge in position just yet, but Sacsri is almost at the point where he can just kill with pure Hydra. So many Hydras have been made. Sacsri actually needs, or excuse me, JyJ needs that +1, and +1 Carapace for Sacsri is on the way. Lurkers are going to be that extra little advantage. And he may start his hive here soon as well. Sacsri has that Queen's Nest. He's ready for this upcoming fight, but going up high ground could change the math here. 1 Marine sent over towards that bottom right. Wants to make sure that he doesn't get surprised by a flank going around the outside. Sacsri not pulling the trigger just yet. Looks like +2 on the way. The armor's not done here just yet. Here comes this next engagement. All right. Sacsri again not going to pull the trigger on this. Can he prevent more irradiates from going down? The Marines are going to push forward just close enough so that these irradiates can come down. Now diving in with the lurkers. He's just going to run away exactly as he should. Allow the irradiates to take their effect, to take their toll. And so he gets some free damage there. Forces back Sacsri. However, Sacsri's still growing. Now on 3 bases. Is looking stronger and stronger. Another round of drones here. 32 overall drones have been made. Finding an angle to get 1 Marine over into this position. Lurker's gonna have to burrow here. Marines are gonna be forced back. Vessels, likewise, pushed back. On this map, Marine moving over to that top side is going to be a bit annoying. Probably send 1 Ling to deal with that. Sacsri has +1 armor now, and so could just shove. I think he might go for it. He's got a lot of stuff. If JyJ takes the perfect engagement, he could lose this, but that's so much. That is so many lurkers, guys. Oh, targeting down the vessels. Oh my god! JyJ, wait a second, hold up. What happened there? JyJ like missed his hotkey or something, and Sacsri got an insane gift. Pretty much every Marine just went down. What a spine. Coming out of like 10 lurkers, just annihilates that army in 1 fell swoop. Quite a few irradiates go down, but quite a few vessels fell there as well. Sacsri is playing this out so patiently. Really taking his time with this game and putting himself into a really nice position. Continuing those upgrades, and JyJ gonna shove forward now. 2 tanks in the mix. Does change the math a little bit. Makes it harder to engage with these big groups of Hydras, but if Sacsri spreads out over to the right-hand side and envelops this army, I think he should be able to overcome the position. Coming forward here, really wants to get a couple more irradiates on some of these lurkers, but another vessel goes down. He'll only have one irradiate to work with. JyJ having a hard time here, spreading out the lurkers now. Sacsri almost ready to take this engagement. More lurkers are going to be made. Here we go. Oh, he pulls back at the last second. Sacsri changes his mind. A vessel, or okay, Defiler's there. 2 Scourge already. Can the vessel get that irradiate? Or will he be able to get this consume upgrade out online in time? Here it is. There it is. Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm. There it is. Dark Swarm does go down. He can push forward, and the tanks are doomed, guys. There's no way he can save these tanks. Dark Swarm goes down on top of all of this. He will push back the Marines. I think Sacsri's done it here. He's held on long enough, and all these tanks are going to end up falling. JyJ, does he have anything else going on right now? A third base is coming, but no drop play. Nothing to really swing things back into his favor. Sacsri gonna catch a bunch of these Marines as well. Coming along this axis. Was hoping for a little slide by in lieu of a drop. Getting into that third base would be nice, but that's not going to happen. Double upgrades pumping away. He's trying to build a lot with not very much economy. He's going to get a third gas online here soon, so he can afford to produce double vessel plus tank. But he's struggling to do so right now. Sacsri is looking very big and strong. He's going to look for a fourth base. He may have Plague already. Looks like JyJ just going to set up on high ground. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is looking a little bit bad. JyJ going to attack here while Sacsri just rams it up onto his high ground. JyJ may be forced into a counterattack. He might not have a choice right now because Sacsri, he's taken the high ground. I don't think he can counterattack this, guys. He's going to be stuck on this low ground, and Sacsri just going to push forward. Oh, he doesn't put lurkers on that high ground. That's a little bit rough. I thought Sacsri for sure would put lurkers up there so these Marines couldn't return back home easily. Instead, he's going to get into this position and target down the command center. Also a great choice. We'll just kill that. Oh, and he gets the drop as well. JyJ, Lotto ship, heads over to this third base and gets completely shut down. Excellent play here by Sacsri, now eclipsing the supply of JyJ. JyJ slipping quite heavily here with 1,000 minerals in the bank. He's looking at this game state and thinking, how the heck do I ever win this? Maybe with some desperate counterattack that Sacsri's not ready for, but Sacsri has everything ready. He is completely lined up for this. He's going to go for a plague here. Gets it on those vessels. Could have gotten an amazing plague on all those bioforces, but he goes for the vessels instead. Going to set up lurkers here at the front now. Going after the vessels would be huge here. Killing the vessels is huge. That's everything for JyJ. He's almost out of money in his main base here. Lurkers, a lot of them are going to start to go down. Just around here with these Marines, but there's only 3 Marines and like 10 medics. 2 more Marines do make their way up, and he clears this army, but he is so far behind now. JyJ is in the pits, man. He is being torn apart by the mongrels. The wolves nipping at his heels, returning back to base. Another vessel goes down. This is just such good play from Sacsri. The way that he is putting all the pieces together here, having the Scourge even mixed in with this Hydra Defiler Force. It's just about over as he closes the door on JyJ here in game number 4. Gonna bring another pair of Scourge. Look at this, he's always got Scourge. He's always got that one pair of Scourge ready to snipe the vessels. Great job here by Sacsri. Another win on the board for him. Guys, we're seeing some incredible Zerg play today. with the JyJ spawning here in the bottom right. Sacsri here in the top left. JyJ needing to win 3 games in a row to win this series. Sacsri just needs to look for a single win now. Will it be here on Neo Dark Origin, or can we get a longer series? I'd love to see it. The comeback of JyJ starts now. Is he going to be able to break the defense and take advantage of his good position? Seems like he's struggled to do that so far. Game number 1, he looked so powerful. Just never allowing Sacsri to get his feet underneath him. The pressure was immense. But it hasn't looked the same since. Neo Dark Origin, this 2-player map. I was thinking we were going to see some shenanigans, but look where this barracks is placed. There might be something crazy coming out of JyJ this game. A very quick gas. Maybe going into a factory play. Maybe a 1-1-1. Possibly a 2-port Wraith. I wonder what JyJ has in store. I'm going to be trying out a lot of different builds this series. And yeah, I'm starting to feel the 2-port Wraith. 2-port Wraith vibes here. Could be an excellent way to mix things up and throw Sacsri off his game. But could also fall flat. Sacsri's been doing great with, like, his Hydros play that last game was fantastic. I thought he was making a mistake not making the Sunken Colony to defend, but proved me completely wrong. Saving that drone so that he could get the amount of production he needed to initiate that Hydralisk attack. Only 1 on gas here, so it will not be a 2-port Wraith play. JyJ looking to do a single factory, possibly right into an expansion. Get a Vulture out on this map, and maybe he's going to go into something like Mech this game. He is such a good SK Terran player, but I think his confidence may have been broken here, guys. 3 wins in a row from Sacsri. He might be thinking it's time to switch things up. He did make a huge mistake in that last game, letting all the bio just wander into that huge clump of lurkers. That was a rough position he found himself in after losing all of that bio. Kind of uncharacteristic. JyJ usually just so strong at dealing with those lurkers, spreading and splitting and running back the moment that they try to run forward to burrow within range. One Vulture gets out on the map. Sacsri not able to spot that, but I think he's got a Sunken Colony being built back at home. He's kind of sniffed it out here, and the Sunken will be done in time. However, JyJ not going to stop at that. The plan here is to jump this Vulture over the back wall, over this mineral patch, and get it up here into the main base. Looks like Sacsri going to arrive just at the right time. Can he actually trap this? Looks like he will potentially trap and kill this Vulture with no damage being taken. Are you kidding me? Oh, it does slip past. There we go. JyJ going to get rid of all of these Lings. Drones have been pulled to the high ground. And so, can JyJ deal any damage here? Comes down this ramp. Going to pull back the drones that are injured. Try to get some more damage onto this. Getting the moving shot. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, here we go. There we go. Some very good control here from JyJ. He gets the drone. That was the low HP drone. Great target fire to get that. Another drone goes down. JyJ with some amazing micro here with this Vulture. Oh, dude. This Vulture control is out of this world. So many kills here. 9 kills on this Vulture. Too bad he didn't control there at the end, but eventually you got to get back to mining and hitting your build. That was a lot of attention being spent on that vulture, and it got those 9 kills. Still very painful, but he could have kept that alive. Continued to harass. Little bit of a mistake there. I think from this position, though, JyJ has a very reasonable chance of taking this game home. That one single vulture doing a massive amount of heavy lifting. Only 18 drones total for Sacsri. Really hurting right now. Not even mining off of his natural gas, I don't think. From what I can see. He wants to get a third base going. He's just going to fly in here. Kill a couple of SCVs potentially. I think it's a Marine as well. Takes a lot of damage from these initial Goliaths, though. Pretty clear that he won't be able to do much damage. So I like this, pulling off of gas and just optimizing minerals. Try to get those drones out as quickly as possible. Bring himself back into an okay macro position, something that he can actually work with. If he was sitting here just purely building mutas right now, I think he would be pretty much dead in the water. He does need to do something. Try to get some kills here and there. Looks like he'll go after one Goliath. He gets 2. All right, 2 Goliaths, not bad. Fighting the Goliaths outside of range of the 3 Goliaths, 4 Goliaths, not bad at all. Fighting outside of the range of these turrets. Slowing things down just slightly. Double expansion from Sacsri is kind of crazy. Wonder if he'll be able to keep all of these online. He saw the 3rd factory, and so it's looking like we're going to have not an up mech style, but more of a aggressive mech play from JyJ, where he just builds a ton of factories, Goliaths, and just goes across the map. Tries to kill you with a timing. And so Sacsri splitting his bets here, putting a little bit on red, a little bit on black. Some in the top right, some over here at the 3rd base. Going to split up his drones and try to get mining on several different bases. I imagine we're going to see primarily sunken defense, or perhaps with all of these gases coming up at the same time, maybe he can go just pure muta against this. That might be the call, actually. And he knows this is not up mech. He knows there's not going to be a radiate. Going up to 5 factory as quickly as possible. JyJ going to put on a lot of pressure. If he just constantly builds mutas, that can be a very good way to shut this down. Armor upgrade is nearing completion. Carapace. Excuse me, armor on these Goliaths is done. I don't know if he has time actually to build mutas now. He's got 500 gas in the bank. I think he might be throwing down some sunken colonies. Yeah, sunken colonies are being made here. Some lings are being burrowed just to hold off. And the sunkens are going to be a little bit late. Diving forward, he's going to get one. No, he doesn't even get that one Goliath. This is a little bit rough. What you want to do with these mutas is take just a full engagement. At the time when you decide to actually attack, you need to just attack. And he's kind of dipping in and out here, allowing a lot more missiles to actually be fired. Gonna go after that sunken colony. Sunken colony does go down, and now it's just mutas kind of trickling out here. A lot of overlords are gonna die. These drones are relatively safe, but this is kind of a tempo win for JyJ. He's getting in and getting the damage that he needs. And Sacsri just wasn't willing to fully engage there. Didn't have the sunkens on time. Missed the timing push from JyJ. And so now he's going to come in, try to save this hatchery. He still has, like I said, eggs in another basket over there in the top right corner. Gonna bring the drones out now to try and help. Can he actually clear all of this? No. JyJ wins this game as Sacsri taps out. Just a little bit slow on those sunken ads, and JyJ hits this crisp timing exactly how you want to do it, and brings us to yet another game in this series. JyJ spawning over in the top right-hand corner. Got Sacsri down in the bottom right. Blitz Y. This is a bit of a wild map. Is JyJ going to be able to bring this to a final game? I wonder what he has in mind here. Pretty tough to get a 4th base as Zerg on Blitz Y. JyJ going to open 8 racks again. Maybe not feeling fully confident. Or just deciding that Sacsri, he is a bit vulnerable to this, as we all know. And JyJ just needs to have a better follow-up. Maybe that's what he's realized from these games so far. I don't need to abandon the 8 racks. I just need to have a better follow-up. I think that might be the truth. Hatch going to come out from Sacsri. Another 20 gems from Manu. Thank you, my friend. I'll have to remember to throw that up for our gems goal. We're getting closer and closer to that halfway mark. So I really appreciate you guys supporting the stream. So far, it's been fantastic. We're just absolutely crushing our goals, and so I expect this series to continue on for a long time. Oh boy. So Overlord is in a lot of trouble. Dude, how far can Sacsri fall behind in an early game? How far can he fall behind? Vegeta with the 100 gems. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you so much. Overlord goes down. Sacsri is in a nightmare position. He needs to build a sunken colony. I think that's the only way he holds this. And even then, he's going to be in a bad spot with that first Overlord going down. He will build 4 lings. He's going to pull his drones to the front. Gotta get these out here. Wow, a bunker way back for JyJ. 4th Marine is on the way. He actually has to engage this before the 4th Marine arrives here. Okay, gonna go around the back. Try to surround these Marines. Can he actually get the full surround? Not quite. Lings are gonna pop out now. Ling's gonna come forward here. Can he get the SCV? SCV moves to the top side. That's a flash SCV right there. Gets that first SCV. Can he get the second one? Second one is going to survive. And the bunker is gonna come up. 3 Marines here ready to go. But he has to cancel the bunker. Nicely done. Sacsri actually holds this after losing his first Overlord. Kind of crazy. But he does manage to stay alive here. He has the sunken now. So really no damage can be done by these naked Marines. Can he actually come out here and surround these Marines and actually kill them? That would be good. That would be quite good. That's looking quite kind of juicy, actually. Might be a bait from JyJ. Oh, what is he doing here? See, well, he's baiting. He's absolutely baiting. This is some funky play from JyJ. Coming out here next to the egg like nana boo boo. You can't get me. I'm gonna send the lings forward. Trying to bait these out. Sacsri knows he's got only a little time left until that ling speed comes online, and he has a follow-up behind this that he's gearing up for. Really no need to concern himself with trying to kill those Marines for the time being. He's gonna transfer a few more drones back to the main. Make sure that his economy is all sorted. Get this 3rd hatchery online. He's getting into his macro game. I'm glad we didn't see this game just end, but I still hope we get a JyJ victory here. We can go to a game number 7. 2.5 hatch build out of Sacsri. Everything's been delayed because of the 8 racks on both sides. Players are going to be behind in their timings by about a minute or so. Just the nature of this opener. what it forces from the Zerg and what it costs for the Terran player. Some Lings are going to start to slip out here. Not going to be baited by that bunker still. Ling speed is going to finish. We'll send this all the way around and go check the front. It's a full wall from JyJ, though. JyJ nice and safe over there. Scan comes down. He sees the spire. He sees the third hatchery. So he knows pretty much what he's up against. And it looks like just a full surround on this bunker now. How many Lings does he lose? What, 2? He targets a Ling, gets out, targets a Ling, and then gets back in. Okay. All right, JyJ. Kind of fancy stuff there, buddy. I'm not sure what that was all about, but trying to get the maximum value, I suppose, with a jump out, target, and stim, and then get back into the bunker right as it dies. A little bit awkward there, but it is what it is. JyJ now has enough to start to move out a little bit. He doesn't have range yet, but that is coming online here shortly. Sacsri has that good production on 3 hatchery. Can start to pump out a lot of Lings and get into a big clutch of mutas while sending this drone down to bottom left. With 24 drones, he's feeling more than comfortable in this game. But JyJ, his mid-game timings are crazy scary. Exactly 7 mutas moving out here. Maybe JyJ can get in and pull this Zerg player apart. Bottom left is a very difficult base to defend. It's actually going to have a hard time defending both those lanes if JyJ starts to put on the pressure. 7 mutas here. Going to be denied. That's a lot of turrets. Don't want to just dive in. There's no turret, or there's no sunken colonies back at home aside from the one that was made initially to hold that rush. So, oh, Ling is actually going to dive in here, going after the bunker. Oh my goodness, having the pre-repair going, kind of crazy stuff from JyJ. He's actually done a really good job of holding this off. Oh, Marine's going to come up from the south as well. He will clean this up. Oh my gosh, great play by JyJ. Oh, really good stuff there. He brought some of the Marines back into the natural, and he sent the rest over there to catch the mutas on the exit. You can see that Sacsri is building sunkens and stuff back at home, expecting a counterattack, but ends up getting caught with all of his mutas. That removes a huge threat off the map. Now JyJ can come across, and Sacsri, he's sitting here just rebuilding this mutalist force. He hasn't been able to build his third base. His third base is very behind. Looks like JyJ scans for the creep. He doesn't actually see any creep, so he doesn't know that a drone is down there, and Sacsri has intentions of taking that third base. After that engagement, I think JyJ has a bit of an edge. Pushing up now with this big Marine medic force. And Sacsri looking to maybe dive in here. More sunken colonies being made. In fact, a lot more sunken colonies being made here. But is it enough? 4 sunkens are done. 2 more on the way. Mutas are going to be pulled forward here to try and fight this. Oh my gosh, these sunken colonies are not going to come online in time. They're just being targeted down one by one. Here in the natural, every single sunken colony is going to go down, and JyJ is breaking through once again. Sacsri is just about out of this as he loses drones in the natural. Another round of mutas makes its way forward, and every single one of these mutas will be taken out. Sorry, Marines make their way forward. That reinforcement train seals the deal. JyJ brings us to a final game. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's what I'm talking about. JyJ spawning here in the top right. Sacsri. Oh, who called it for the 4-pool? Who was it? Hey, 10-0. 10-0. 10-0. Are you a mind reader? Are you from the future? Tell me what I should buy in the stock market, Tenno, because you're clearly from the future. This guy completely predicted the 4 pool, and here it is, Sacsri pulling it out. And it's a wall-in from JyJ. What a way to end, boys. What a way to end. After such an incredible series, Sacsri really gonna do it. Sends out one of his first 4 drones to go for the scout. Only building 1 drone this game. He's gonna make 6 lings now and send them across the map. JyJ has the wall in. And generally, I just don't think this is a good build. I don't think this is a good build, guys. Don't do this. I mean, not you guys. Of course, it's a good build on ladder. If you just want to get a quick win. But pro players are so good at blocking it now. They're so good at blocking it. And so he's going to see these lings coming across the map. There it is. He sees it. Pull everything. Pull every SCV. As long as you don't die here, you're 100% fine. He actually forced the SCV to stop making the barracks, which is kind of hilarious. This drone is stuck on the inside now, but that's fine. He's going to be able to keep hitting this SCV. Going after the supply depot. Gets the supply depot, can start to hit these SCVs. SCVs are lining up. Actually not getting the surround. Okay, gonna hit this Marine. The Marine is actually getting hit by the drone. The drone is gonna get the kill on the Marine. Just targeting down with these lings on as many SCVs as possible. But there's only 9. There's 10 drones or 10 SCVs left. This is why I'm saying this is not a good build, guys. Yeah, JyJ gonna win this game. There's 3 drones. And Sacsri leaves. That went about as well as it could have for Sacsri. that went about as well as it could have. Maybe he could have blocked that supply depot from going down so he could actually get in right away, but the Marine did no damage. It was just purely SCVs versus lings. And the SCVs easily won. Uh-oh. I think 6 pool is a dead build, guys. I think it's 100% dead. 2 to 3, that's a cross spawn. Yeah, it's a cross spawn for sure. That does make some difference. Absolutely. But you can just see SCVs, even though they didn't get us around, they're just strong. SCVs are just strong, guys. And he's got so many of them. You're talking like 3 SCVs per ling. If he just pulls absolutely everything and makes 1 Marine, he holds. Yeah, the the SCV, the Swole construction vehicle. That's swole indeed. JyJ takes this series, man. I'm a little bit sad that Sacsri gambled it all on a 6 pool in this final game. I think he was doing amazing in the Vermeer Apocalypse, obviously Polypoid game. He just knocked it out of the park, but the amount of cheese in this series was wild indeed. I think what Sacsri was hoping was another 8 racks was coming. If another 8 racks in the middle of the map is making, and he just hits it with the lings, you're just dead. Like 900% dead. Over 9,000% dead. Not quite the full reverse sweep, because there was that first win from JyJ, but it's close. Borda Salad, fellow Canadian. Thanks for being here, brother. Whew. What a series, guys. I'm actually a bit tired after that one. A lot of insanity. Imagine Terran wins all the 2-player maps. That's weird, right? Dark Origin and Blitz Y went to Terran. That was some great control, though, from him. Like, you really got to give it up for JyJ getting in with that Vulture, man. Such a tight little corridor. And he already took a ton of damage from the initial Lings, and he still managed to keep that thing alive, get up into the main, and get even more damage. That Vulture saved the series for him? Maybe. That one move actually might have brought him back in that series. Still a chance he wins that on Neo Dark Origin, but it would have been a lot harder. Yeah, the Muta catch in Game 6 was so strong. That's a problem we can see from Sacsri, is sending his mutas. Like, you want to send your mutas away from the army and then go back to macro, but seems like consistently sends his mutas into an unsafe position. We saw that on Radeon. He was sending his mutas back and putting them into a spot where they can actually be sniped. Sacsri still did much better than I thought initially. Absolutely. Predictions at the beginning of the cast were 4-0 for JyJ, but Sacsri did a great job. Gave us an excellent series here for the SOOP Duel series. Exactly what we wanted. A good back and forth. Some unique ideas being thrown in there. Trying some wacky stuff. JyJ really got into Sacsri's head, I think, at the end of that series. Going for so many 8 Raxes and getting hyper aggressive. Sacsri was completely thrown off. Thought that he could shut it down hard and just get an instant win. Excited for ASL. This is one of the most competitive tournaments I've ever seen. JyJ and Sacsri didn't even qualify among Shine and TY. Yeah, crazy that JyJ and Sacsri didn't get in. So many good players right now. Round of 16 is nuts. Been loving these. Don't get to see enough games from a lot of these players in ASL. Best of 3 doesn't really give many chances to show off your range as a player. That is so true. So many players, actually, they only make it kind of semi-deep in these tournaments, and we never get to see them play a best of 7. And so it's really cool. It's actually a great experience for them as well. Great experience for some of these players to just get to play a full best of 7 against a strong player. That is a skill in and of itself. There's a few players out there who are just really good in best of 7. Players like Flash, Soulkey. I think Mini's pretty good at it as well. It's people who I don't think are as good at it. I think Snow is maybe a little bit rough in best of 7. Way better in like best of 1, best of 3, best of 5. He really crushes. But there is like a bit of a skill to playing a full best of 7. Getting in your opponent's head with the builds that you're choosing and like mixing things up. Kind of predicting what your opponent's going to pull out and countering it. I wanted Sharp to go further. I really like how he sees the game. Yeah, I love Sharp, man. Sharp is great. I met him in Thailand. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with cancer in this last year. What was it? Thyroid cancer. So it's not as dangerous of a cancer, but he's still going through a lot and wasn't able to probably spend as much time training and preparing for his run in the ASL, but yeah, it's still cancer. Cancer is cancer, man. It's gotta kind of throw you off a little bit, that's for sure, going through chemotherapy. Who's the top Protoss right now? Yeah, pretty much Snow's still up there. Rain, Bisu, yeah, for sure. I put Mini up there as well. Mini's pretty top of the heap. We saw him against Hero, give us a good series against Hero. If you guys want to go check out that, it's on the channel. Actually, it's going to be coming out on YouTube here tonight. But if you can't wait for that, you could watch it on SOOP as well. Just go back into the history, video history on the channel, on SCTVEN, SOOP Live. Mini is too unstable, that's the issue. Yeah, there's quite a few players like that. I think Best has the same problem, a little bit unstable. Rain is a huge variety streamer, yes. He plays a lot of League of Legends and makes a lot of money from his streams where he hangs out with a bunch of chicks. Goes out to dinner with a ton of girls. I've seen some of those pictures, those images of his stream. He's out there living his best life, man. And crushing it in Broodwar. Crazy. He's able to get top 4. Even though he's basically like a casual Broodwar enjoyer. He's still just absolutely smashing it. Life is not fair, guys. We're not all built the same. Some of us are just built different. Jaedong is also a total pimp with the ladies? Possibly. I know that he had a lot of fans when he was younger. I know that that doesn't wear off as you get older, usually. Can just sort of intensify. You look more distinguished. I know that in Korea, the kind of boyish, young looks are pretty popular, but like from K-pop and stuff like that. But I'm sure Jaedong still has a lot of fans. Most girls I meet don't flock to the gamers, must be nice. Yeah, it's more like a cultural thing, I think, in Korea, because Starcraft is so huge. It's been around for so long. It's more respected. I think girls flock to money as well, right? Like if you're doing really well as a streamer, even if it's because you're playing games, I think girls are interested in that. Anything that gets a lot of attention, girls will be interested in, at least a certain type of girls. Jaedong stare just gets scarier with age. Yeah, he gets more intense with age. He's got that death stare when he's locked in. In Korea, the joke is if you want to marry a girl or date her, you must be able to beat her father in SC. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That's why I'll never date a Korean girl. Just joking. Oh my gosh. I would absolutely cannon rush their dad. Oh man, can you imagine? I was in Korea and made that joke with a girl at the coffee shop. She died from laughter. A Korean girl? I bet she would have thought that was funny. Any of you guys going to Korea for the ASL? Anyone going to see the round of 4 or the finals? I'm not going to be going this year. I went the last couple of seasons, but now that I'm doing the Starcast TV cast for ASL, it's not really going to be viable. I need to be here live. Maybe next season? Gonna go see Flash play, huh? That'll be fun. Nefet says hitting ladder lately after months and months of just watching cast feels bad, man. Yeah, it's hard. Every time I watch Broodwar, I feel like I want to play. And then when I play, I just feel like I want to watch. The pendulum swings back and forth. Constantly, continuously. Maybe next season my bank account is mined out. You just need to get more probes, man. What are you doing? You're not building enough probes. Just cast on Discord from the crowd would be hyped. That would be funny. Absolutely ridiculous. Yo guys, we go together. It's on my bucket list. I wish I did it when I was younger. Get it done, man. Get it in there and watch. You've been watching ASL for years and years? You gotta get over there and just do it. Just see it live. Be part of the crowd. And be part of the history too. Build a sign, you know, put up a sign and get your face in there. Like, that'll live forever, man. The whole history of Broodwar, your face will be in the crowd. They'll put the camera on you. Or myself here. I'll show you guys my proudest moment here. Here you go. There it is. That's me. Cheering for Snow. Thanks, Vegeta Pride. See you next time, man. Tomorrow, guys. Bisu versus Royal. That was me. I drew that. That's the cartooned version of the Reaver. It was probably the easiest thing to draw ever, actually. A lot of those cartoon characters are very easy to draw. This one was particularly simple. But I think I did a pretty good job. There we go. There I am, a part of Broodwar history. Showing my face in the crowd. You could be like me, boys. Absolutely based. Just need to get out there. I would absolutely make a sign despite no artistic skill. You can also print something off. You could print something a meme or whatever, and then just tape it to the signboard. A lot of people do that. A lot of Koreans do that. They like take a picture or like print off a picture of one of their players, like maybe draw something on it, and then post it on there. Jaedong sign from round of 24. I didn't see it. Or maybe I don't remember. Maybe I did see it and I don't remember. But guys, Bisu tomorrow. For my work though, we choose our days off at beginning of the year. It doesn't have dates posted until right before it starts. Ah, I see. Fair enough. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to get in here for Bisu versus Royal tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time. See you tomorrow. And by the way, ASL tomorrow as well. That's going to be at night, 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time. If you guys are busy, I understand. Or if it's too late for you guys, I understand. But if you can make it out, put the stream on, leave it on while you sleep. Anything you can do to support the stream is appreciated. Halfway to the gem school, that's right. We're almost there. Almost halfway. See you guys tomorrow. Big day tomorrow, guys. Bisu versus Royal, and then right on into the ASL. Manu, you absolute legend. Thank you for the extra 20. Right as we're leaving. We're past the 1400 mark. 1410 now with the gems goal. We're right on our way to reaching that ultimate 3000 and getting Shun in the studio to cast one of these series with me. We'll pick a really good one. We'll pick a really nice series to cast with Shun. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to probably get our next lineup for the next week, probably on Wednesday. And so we'll find out what series we can actually cast with him. Thanks, guys, for watching again, for supporting the stream. See you tomorrow.